Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you each into our kitchen this evening where I'm going to start one of Junior's favorite breakfast casseroles. It is a cinnamon raisin bagel breakfast casserole. Mouthful there, y'all. And you want to start it the night before. Uh, do mix it right before you get ready to go to bed because it needs to soak overnight and then we'll bake it in the morning. So for this part for tonight, we'll be putting the whole casserole together, letting it uh, the flavors marry and the bagels soak up the custard like mixture. And oh, it is so good, y'all. It's been a while since I've made this one. So let's have some fun putting this together. Now you can use any bagel you like. You can use everything bagels. I'm using cinnamon raisin. Thankfully, we have a very good day old bread store that's not too far away, and I got Dave's cinnamon raisin remix. So now I've already cut four of the bagels up. You want to use five. I've let them kind of air dry some. Now you want a 13 by 9 pan, and you want it oiled very well, buttered, sprayed, whichever way you want to do it. Now, like I said, I've cut four up already. So I've waited and saved the fifth one to show y'all. It's not hard to do. You can use berry bagels, whichever bagel you like. If you want plain bagels, whatever you have. And you want to cut them up in smaller pieces. And you want them to have air dried some. You don't want them crispy, but you want them to be dried out. And you're just going to sprinkle them all around. You don't want them in too big of pieces. About 1 inch or so, half inch. It don't have to be absolutely perfect, y'all. You just need them cut up into small pieces. And yes, the crumbs go in there too. Don't waste anything. Now, I like mine a little more with more raisins in it. So I'm going to use about a half a cup of raisins. I'm just going to sprinkle them all around. Raisins are so good for you, especially if you have trouble with your iron. This helps to boost your iron levels. You just want to mix them all, make sure they're all in there real good. All right, we're going to set this aside. Now, I'm going to get a pot holder because that's going to slide right off. Last thing I need is it to slide off. Junior is about beside himself because I'm making this casserole. Okay. Now, in my stand mixer, I have a half a cup of brown sugar. Now, if you want it a little bit sweeter, you could go to 3/4 of a cup, but I'm leaving it at half a cup. And I've already cracked them, so y'all don't have to sit through it. I want 8 eggs. We're basically making close to a custard. Okay, I want about a teaspoon or a little more of, uh, well, that's about a tablespoon. It's going to be cinnamon in it. That'll make you happy as can be. Okay, let's see next. Now, my recipe calls for 2 cups of half and half. We are out. So I'm going to substitute a couple of tablespoons of cream cheese powder, and that way it'll give it a little more fat and just a tad bit. I doubt you're going to taste it much, but it'll give it a possible flavor boost. I'm needing it for the fat content because I don't have the half and half. But just because you don't have something doesn't mean you can't improvise and make it. So that was going to be 2 cups of half and half. So I'm using 2 cups of whole milk with the cream cheese powder. Now I'm supposed to add 3/4 cup of milk, of whole milk. Yes, three-quarters of a cup of milk on top of the half and half. Let's see, vanilla. And this is my homemade vanilla. And let me tell you, this stuff is good. Ah. Oh, hold on a minute. I had to rinse my spoon off. I forgot I used it for the powder. Now, we really like vanilla. It depends on how much you have in stock. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of vanilla to it. And that's real vanilla. Okay, that's all the ingredients for the custard. I'm moving this down. And we're going to want to whisk this really good to make sure everything's incorporated. It smells so good. It's been too long since I've made it. Okay, I'm going to scrape down the sides. Scrape the bottom. Make sure everything's getting incorporated. I'm going to mix it for a little bit longer. You don't want to whip it so much that the egg whites start to solidify, but you want to make sure everything is mixed together very well. Because cinnamon and cream cheese powder might not want to mix in very well. Now what you're going to do is just gently pour this and of course waste not, want not. And you're going to get, if you had to go my route with a little bit of the cream cheese powder. Now that's not Jello pudding cream cheese. That's actually freeze-dried cream cheese powder. Okay, now I'm going to be making a streusel topping for it. I'm going to get some things out of the way. Oh, that's soaking it up nicely. So we can make the topping for it. I'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to make the streusel topping. In this bowl, I have just a hair over half a cup of quick oats, just plain quick oats. In this bowl, I have 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm using light brown sugar. 4 tablespoons of just regular all-purpose flour. If you're gluten-free, you're just going to have to figure out which one to use. I'm sorry, I don't know the requirements for gluten-free. And 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. I figure since the bagels are already cinnamon, and I went a little heavy on the cinnamon and the custard, I go just a little bit lighter on the cinnamon in the mix. Get that mixed together. Now I have 4 tablespoons of melted real butter. Don't use no fake stuff, y'all. And you're going for a crumbly texture because you're going to sprinkle it all over the top of the casserole. You don't want it real sticky. So I'm going to tell y'all, this smells so good. Okay. We'll scoot our casserole over here. And you're just going to sprinkle it all over. And for those who've never made a streusel topping, it's pretty much what's on top of a really good coffee cake. You don't want to waste none of it. Okay, now comes the last part. You want to cover it really good with either a lid. If your casserole dish comes with a lid, cover it really good. Or just use aluminum foil. Or you can use plastic wrap. It is your choice. You want to make sure that it's covered very well. You do not want it to dry out in the fridge, and it can. And like I said, this sits overnight in the fridge. Alright, that is ready to go in the fridge. And in the morning, I will bring y'all back when it's time to put it in the oven to bake. See y'all in the morning. Good night, y'all. Well, good evening, everyone. Me and Junior decided to have breakfast for dinner. Now, the good thing about this casserole, now you want to take it out of the fridge and let it sit on your counter until your oven preheats to 350 degrees. Now, the good thing about this casserole, it can sit in your fridge up to 48 hours. Now, if you want to fix several of them to put back for later, just grab and let it defrost. You can fix them in disposable aluminum pans and wrap it real good, and you can freeze it. It freezes very well. And all you have to do when you want one, pull it out of the freezer, set it in your fridge, and let it defrost overnight. Cook it the same way. Now, everybody's oven is different. It's going to be 350 degrees for 40 to 50 minutes, or until a knife or toothpick or whatever you use, inserted in the center, comes out clean and hot. You want to make sure that center gets cooked. Now, instead of using raisins, you can use cranberries. You can use fresh blueberries, whatever you would like. You can use craisins instead of raisins. Lots of different ways to fix this. The sky is the limit, and the only thing that holds you back is your imagination. Like I said, this is done with bagels. Any flavor bagel that you like. If you wanted to, you could do little pieces like and it had to be little bits and pieces of cream cheese on top. When you do like the strudel topping, uh, you could add just little bitty small pieces of cream cheese. You could use jam, drizzle jam on top. Sky's the limit, y'all, and it's so easy. Now, I will bring you back as soon as this bakes, and I will let you know how long it took my oven to bake the casserole, and you can adjust it for your oven. Like I said, mine's an older oven, so your brand new oven might cook faster. I'll see y'all here after a while. Forgot to mention, you want to bake it uncovered, so take the aluminum foil off of your casserole dish. Oh look, that looks so good, y'all. Look at that topping. And cook it uncovered for 40 to 50 minutes. I'll be back when it's done. Alright, it is done. Look how beautiful that is. It took 50 minutes for my oven. Look at that. Look at that. Now, the sad part was, oh, it was beautiful, y'all. It had puffed up real pretty. Ants. It had puffed up real pretty. Now it's going to settle back down once it's done. And I'm fixing to get Junior plated up. I'm going to tell you, when it came out of the oven, it smelled just like a fresh baked apple pie. Don't ask me how I managed that one, but it's so pretty and soft. Look at that. Completely done and beautiful. I'll move this back a little bit. And yep, we're going to drizzle this baby with some real maple syrup. Yeah, Junior's in there getting his TV dinner tray done. Alright, I'm going to go get Junior took care of, and I'll be right back. Alright, it is my turn now. And I'm telling y'all, it smells just like a homemade apple pie. Which I'm going to have to put apples in it next time. And it comes out so beautifully clean. I already got me a cup of coffee. Or a mug of coffee. Yep, I want mine a little more maple syrupy. But look how beautiful that is. Trying not to waste my maple syrup. But look at that. Oh, now I'm going to have to be careful, because I know this baby is hot. And it's so fluffy and tender and soggy from maple syrup, y'all. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's hot. But that is so good, y'all. Oh, and raisins are hot. But they're nice and plump. Look at that, y'all. It is so soft. The raisins are plump. You got your eggs, you got your milk, you got butter, vanilla, cinnamon, all the good stuff inside. Yeah, baby, I'm fixing to go have a really good dinner. Because, you know, breakfast for dinner, nothing's wrong with that at all. Everyone, I hope this video encourages you to make your own cinnamon raisin bagel breakfast casserole, or in whatever bagels you choose to use. Simple, easy, homemade, and delicious, y'all. Everyone, continue to stock up your pantry with foods that will nourish and sustain you, and treats every once in a while. Medicinals that will heal you, protection of all kinds, and the bare essentials to survive on, y'all. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may you each be blessed. Hoot, hoot, mwah. Love y'all. See you soon, and y'all take care.